I believe we should not help people. And before you start hating me, let me explain. So in the last couple months, let's say half year, I started crystallizing a thought. And maybe you can help me in your comments to crystallize even more. Don't get me wrong, I really love and enjoy helping people. Like, I'm studying myself, I'm trying to grow, I'm trying to grow a business, I'm trying to help others to understand things that I understood. And it was always my calling, right, to wake up others around me, to learn from the best people, and then to act myself, and then to show this as an example to others so they can do the same thing. But here's what's interesting about this helping others. You're doing things, in my case, often without being asked, just because I want to help, like with different things. And then I'm realizing that I'm just stepping into someone's life story that he has to go like into all his problems, into all his downs, so he can learn, so he can have that battle where he becomes stronger, so he can win. But when you step in, you are taking this karma on your shoulders. You are changing the trajectory of his life, because if he's listening to you and he's taking that advices and he's making the changes, like this most definitely is changing the trajectory of life for sure. And if things are not going well, because this wasn't his choice 100%, but it was influenced by you, who you think he will remember or he will blame when when the dark days will hit, right? Because we as humans, we don't like to see ourselves the bad guys. Like, we always try to look for, like, whatever happens, we'll always try to look for who is the one who is guilty for that. And this type of energy, this kind of thoughts, I believe is your karma, right? Because someone is thinking about you with not the best energy. That's one thing. The second thing that I start noticing more and more and more is you start doing some kind of good because you like being of service, and that person really fast can count on you now, right? Like, just imagine a knowledge of this. One of the neighbors saw that you are doing something, like you need to move some furniture, and he's like, "Hey bro, let me help you out. I have free time, let me help you." And you're like, "Yeah, sure, of course." And he's helping you, he's not asking for money. Cool. And at the end, he's like, "Well, you can count on me at any time." And that's all what that neighbor needs to hear. You can count on me at any time. And now he's counting on you at any time. Like, "Hey, how is it going? Maybe you can help me, like, to hang this painting. Hey, maybe you can help me, like, to paint the house," and so on. So really fast you understand, like, hey, this is kind of like too much. Like, I want to help, but I have my shit to do, a lot of it. Hopefully everybody have a lot of shit to do and not just waiting when the neighbor will call them. Hopefully. So really fast this becomes type of annoying, that person kind of don't understand that your time is valuable, and you just try to be nice, but now someone is abusing that. And if you will stop helping, what do you think is gonna happen? What are the first thoughts of that person? That you're a dickhead, that you are not a nice person, right? Now the neighbor is calling you, is asking you to help, and you're like, "Dude, like, I have shit to do, like, sorry, but I cannot." Is he gonna be okay? Well, if he was a very, like, intelligent and wise man, yeah, probably he'll be like, yeah, sure, I understand, no problem. But mostly we hate when we are refused, especially when we was accepted so many times, and now you're like, what the hell, like what changed? Like, hey, you have to help me, like you have to, you own me. And I'm saying it from my own experience, because that's what I'm experiencing with a lot of people. Now they're demanding me. Now, like I owe them something. If I'm not answering, they're like, yo, what the hell, dude? Like, why you could not answer faster? Like, where were you? You know, and it's funny. It's funny that you started to help and now you engaged in a very long process, and if you are stopping, you are not a good person anymore in their eyes. So the best thing you could do, and I might change my mind, I might crystallize it in a different way, but as of now is I'm trying to hold myself from being helpful to everybody left and right. And to illustrate my thought with some examples so you can understand it better, or I'm pretty sure many of you will connect to this because everybody have similar stories. So with my uncle back in the day, like 4 or 5 years ago, I had a conversation about like the business that I was doing, selling online campus prints, and I was sharing it left and right with everybody, like you have to get involved into this. And of course he wasn't good at technology, but he has a son who is my cousin, and he was like, I don't know, 15 at that time or something like that. And we start working with him, training, giving him all the resources, everything so he can start, and he started. But this wasn't his decision. This is not what he wanted to do. That was just an influence from my side and from parents' side, from his parents. And he started, and that shop got in some kind of troubles. I don't remember why, but it got shut down like really fast. And you know what his reaction was? All right, done. This is not working. You see? And he never asked the question like, hey, what should we do like to open a new one? Because he was receiving orders, but he stopped as soon as the shop got shut down. And I was always thinking like, he was hating the entire process, because I was the one who gave this idea, and now instead of him enjoying his his youth, now he have to be in front of the computer and do something, some business, you know. And after 5 years now, I met my uncle again, and he's like, you know what, I'm thinking about like this process, because he heard about the automation that we're doing we did for our mom. He's like, I'm thinking to get involved my daughter, who is my cousin as well. And I'm like, let me stop you there. You know what happened already with my cousin, like with your son. I don't want to get into the same situation again, because that wasn't for him. That's why he quit, and he was happy that the store got shut down, and probably because of that the store got shut down. He didn't believe in that, and this wasn't his thing. That's why things ended the way they ended. So if she would believe that this is something she wants to do, we're cousins. Like, she always can reach out, have a conversation, and we'll do it. But do not try to dictate someone's destiny, how they should live, what they should do. She should come to this idea by herself. Do not influence anyone. And probably you'll relate to this, like we're giving advices left and right to people, and especially I hate when I see like people who are in divorce giving advices to others how they should build their relationship, like how a man should treat a woman or a woman should treat a man and stuff like that. Like, man, this is your story. This is the way you see things. Everybody have their own. Like, now I was one of those who was giving some kind of, advices on this topic, and then I realized, you do whatever makes you happy. Do not ask opinions, do not give opinions. Just let everybody do their own thing. Don't try to be a helpful for everybody, because this is your own perspective, your own vision, your own experience, life experience, and it doesn't always helpful for everyone, and we have to be intelligent and wise enough to understand that. And I have many stories like that, like with my dad, that I always try to involve him in some different businesses, because like our entire family, my sister, my mom, have their own business, and we was in business for like very long time, and we always try to take him on board. But all his life he was a driver. He doesn't know anything beside that. And every time I pitched him some kind of ideas, and he did them, he started them just to prove us that this is not working. And they didn't work at any time. Even though I knew for sure that this is like cool businesses and they make money, because I'm not inventing something, I'm just taking something that works, and then I'm like, hey, this can work in your local area for sure. Just had to try it. And he's like making 2-3 trials, and he's like, you see, nobody wants, that's it, the business is not working, I'm not for business, and blah blah. And one time I got involved him into one. I did everything for him, everything was ready, and an entire year he was working on that, and he was hating it every single day. And then I realized, when he was doing it with this vomiting feeling, who was the first person that he was thinking with good thoughts about? I was. And then he got to the same point where he was doing whatever he enjoys and knows, without listening to anyone's ideas, and he's happy. Even though we're like having different ideas for him, like, hey, this will be better. But who am I and who are you to know what's better for somebody else? Everybody have their own journey in life and mission. So that's why do not help anyone, especially if you're not asked about. If someone really needs your help and they're like, hey, you're the only one who knows the answer, then yeah, you might try to help, and be very delicate, because people might take it serious, and you can change the trajectory, and you will share a part of responsibility, for good or bad. And what's funny is, when things are working well, they will pat themselves that, hey, yeah, I made this good decision. When things will go wrong, they'll be like, you told me to do that. That's why it's better to just be an observer in this life, and then everybody's happy. Thanks for watching.